How's it, everybody? I'm Anahola Joe Pahukula, and this is The Countdown. We're produced by Motivate Sports and approved by Oakley. We're Kauai's only new-style sports show. Today, we're at the Puakea Golf Course, where we're going to try and hit a golf ball straight a little bit later. But for today's show, we've got a good one for you. We got college basketball, UH versus number 5 UNC at the Stan Sheriff Center. We've also got the first Kauai Motocross Association's races of the season, where it's you jump for show and turn for dough. We've also got the Hawaii Jiu-Jitsu All-Star Invitational at the Raider Dome. We're also going to find out who's your favorite NFL team. But to lead things off, the HHSAA D2 football state final at Aloha Stadium. Number 1 Kapa'a versus number 3 Lahaina Luna at stake. Each school's first football state championship. For the Kapa'a Warriors, it was their second straight D2 title game appearance. For Lahaina Luna, their fourth, with both teams looking for their first state championship. The Lunas got off the plane with their game faces on as they got on the board first. Etuati Store from up the middle blocks the Kapa'a punt. Then Siale Haufoka with the scoop and score. 23 yards on the return. With the extra point, it's 7-zip MIL champs, with Kapa'a looking for answers on how to solve the Lunas. Lahaina Luna made it 14-zip still in the second quarter on a reverse as Kiliona Ke'ohuloa gets great blocking on the edge as he sprints for the end zone. The Lunas tallied 136 yards rushing in the game to Kapa'a's 92. The half couldn't come soon enough for the 3-time KIF champs as they needed to regroup and start playing Warrior football. Following a Luna pick 6, Kapa'a finally got on the scoreboard. A 1-yard Kapena Tekshera touchdown run that capped off a 15-play, 90-yard drive, keeping the ball for nearly 4.5 minutes. The green and white started to hit on offense, opening up the playbook with this reverse to Kurt Napoleon, which seemed to set up the rest of the offense as Kapa'a got into a nice rhythm. The Warriors outgained Lahaina Luna 252 yards to 177. The Warriors threw for 160 yards on the night. In the fourth quarter, this scoring strike made it a game. Te'ili Fonua to Gabe Keener, 23 yards on the hookup. Kapa'a continued its second half success, rushing and passing, but they just simply ran out of time. Lahaina Luna, one of the oldest schools in the West, celebrated their first football state title in school history, a hard-fought and well-deserved victory.
It was a pretty good game. You guys fought to the very end. Talk about tonight's game.
You know, I think special teams was the difference tonight, you know. I mean, they played well. They scored on all facets of the game, you know. Offense, defense, special teams, I think they scored too. So, you know, they just outplayed us tonight.
You know, the first half, you guys struggled. You know, you came out and did not play well. But at halftime, you guys came out and played a whole lot better. What'd you tell the guys at the half?
We just told them, hey, we've been in this situation before. Just keep working, you know, keep working. And we can't give up. We got all our fans here. We got everybody in the island, you know, everybody at our school watching us. We can't just lay down, you know, we got to come back and fight. And I thought we did a pretty good job at that, but then we ran out of time, you know, and they made some plays at the end too.
When you get the guys in the locker room, what's the first thing you're going to tell them?
I mean, hey, it's a hard thing, you know. I mean, I didn't even figure that out yet, you know. I know I'm going to congratulate them on a good season, but, you know, I don't know if that'll do them any good right now, you know, because what we just went through.
Oh my goodness, he knocked it right past the hole. Come on, dude. Oh, there we go. That's $1. See if we can get one more for the hamburger. Oh! Well, anyways, D2 high school football at Aloha Stadium. Great game. Fortunately, Kapa'a came up a little bit short, but they did have a really good season. Right now, let's go to college basketball. UH versus unbeaten, number 5 ranked UNC at the Stan Sheriff Center, led by their head coach, Roy Williams. Check it out. Okay, let's see if we can get one more here. One more for the hamburger. We got a winner. Oh!
Last season's national runner-up and the 5th-ranked North Carolina Tar Heels came to Manoa with another solid squad. Isaiah Hicks gets the hoop and harm. That puts UNC up 8-4 early in the first half. Noah Allen, who gave the Tar Heels all they could handle, gets to the basket, switches hands for the deuce. Hawaii gets to within 4 at 12-8 as the sellout crowd is loving it. Carolina head man Roy Williams watches as the Hawaii big men combine for this nice basket by Edo Fleischer. Hawaii still close, 17-10 Heels. At the half, it was 35-28 North Carolina. Early in the second half, Bowles working the ball around the perimeter as Gibson Johnson puts up the baby hook. The sweet kiss off the window. He finished with 7 on the night. Hawaii head coach Aran Ganat pacing the sideline as his team makes a run at the Tar Heels. This 3-ball by Allen keeps Hawaii in striking distance. UH trails 52-42 with 13:03 left. Hicks once again working the baseline, gets the dish from Joel Barry. Hicks led UNC with 16. Off the missed shot, Hicks this time with the board and bash as Carolina remains unbeaten. Heels outscores Hawaii 17-10 in the last 5:56.
The 5th-ranked North Carolina Tar Heels came here on a promise by their head coach Roy Williams that the next time they play in the Maui Classic, they stop on Oahu and take on the Rainbows at the Stan Sheriff Center. Tonight, too much Carolina blue, 83-68 is the final. The 5-0 Tar Heels head to the Maui Classic on the Valley Isle.
It was one of the ugliest games I've ever coached in my entire life, but we made some shots during the stretch in the second half that gave us the lead. You know, I was looking for his name. I know his name, Noah Allen, number 32. He was a man out there today. And is it Sheriff or Sharif? Sharif. He had made it tough on us. He didn't have a great night putting the ball in the basket, but he made it tough on us, trying to get the ball out of his hands. Those other guys were doing some nice things. Noah Allen was killing us. Anything else? Yeah, go ahead.
Nice to get this one in as kind of a warm-up for Maui.
Well, I hope, you know, back to the question there with Greg, is that, you know, getting this one and then have another 48 hours before we play again will be good for our legs, but tomorrow's practice is not going to be good for the legs.
I thought it was, you know, good for us. We hung in there, so to speak, but I mean, that wasn't the goal. You know, with every game you want to win. We understood that the task was daunting, but we thought we had a good game plan. We just didn't execute, and they killed us on the boards, and that was one of our focuses. So,
well, heck of a atmosphere, and heck of a game. I mean, I think number one, as always, really give credit to North Carolina and obviously Coach Williams. That's a handful and a tall task with their combination of experience, talent, size, depth, shooting, and a high-level coach, one of the best in the game for a long time. So, and then number two, very appreciative of our crowd to bring it at a high level. And that's special. And a lot of us in this room understand, you know, there's certain statements you want to make as you continue to build a program. Last year when you have a sellout for the first time since 02, and then show that you can have another one in the same year for the first time since 02. I don't know if we had it in 02, but then to come back the very next year and have consecutive sellouts, first time since I believe 98. I mean, just very thankful to our fans.
Yeah, let's see if we can hit one straight without hurting anybody. Well, not bad for being a couple of months off. Well, how was that segment? UH versus number 5 UNC at the Sheriff Center. A big mahalo goes out to the UH Media Relations Department that allowed us to have so much fun that night. Well, let's move to Jiu-Jitsu. It was the Hawaii All-Star Jiu-Jitsu Tournament at the Raider Dome, where the only way out is to tap out.
The Hawaii All-Star Jiu-Jitsu Invitational took place at the Raider Dome on the Kauai High School campus. It was a simple format, 6 matches. You can only win by submission, and each match lasts for 20 minutes. There was a nice crowd of a few hundred that watched one of the most technical sports in martial arts. In the first match, it was Kauai brother Devin Andrews defeating Richie Hernandez in a matchup that provided non-stop action from the very beginning. In the second matchup, Matt O'Neill tapped out to Devin Aguilar. An injury occurred in the third bout as Sean James got the win over Jonah Ferris. The fourth match saw a couple of big boys go at it. Kauai guy Eric Cannon, pretty good battle, but he got his arm raised with a submission win over a last-second opponent, literally. Tim Tevis and Dustin Ching fought to a draw as both fighters couldn't get an advantage as they countered throughout the 20 minutes, but that's what the sport is all about. And in the final matchup, Kyle Leon Sukehira and Joel Buhi grappled to a draw.
There were 8 competitors from Kauai, 4 from Maui and Oahu, but it was 2 local brothers who came up with huge victories tonight, Eric Cannon and Devin Andrews. Devin Andrews, the winner of the first fight of the night, also walks away with some hardware. Talk about your win tonight.
I trained hard. I trained hard for this. It was on short notice, but I'm really happy with my result. I'm happy that I had an opponent to step up and take this match with me. I'm really thankful for this event. We need more events like this on Kauai, more sub-only events.
Coming into tonight or against your opponent, what was your game plan?
I didn't have any specific game plan. Just go for the submission, always be attacking. My opponent brought some good sweeps, some good trips, but I managed to find a way to get that submission.
Talk about your win tonight.
Well, you know, I came in, my spine was a little injured, but I still came in, was going to grapple, but my match kind of backed out the night before. So then we found another match tonight. He was a great guy, his name's Grant, and we grappled for a good amount of time, and I ended up with a triangle, which is my Excalibur of all moves.
You know, when you take on an opponent like that, you know, last second like that, does it make it tougher because, you know, preparing for somebody else?
You know, truthfully, it was actually better because I got word about 3 hours before that I'm not going to have a match, and it took all the stress off. So I was stoked, and I show up, and no stress on my shoulders. And then I find out 5 minutes before the match that I am going to have a match. So I like it that way. I'd rather just get down and grapple, not think about it a month later or a month ahead of time.
Well, it's the first time that we come to Kauai. The Hawaii All-Star Jiu-Jitsu Invitational is part of a tour that we have in Hawaii, and is our last event of the year. So it was the first time in Kauai. I think we had some really good matches. I mean, you know, and our next event is that starts the Hawaii. It's called the Hawaii Jiu-Jitsu Tour 2017. We start in Maui with the same kind of event at the Yao Theater, the All-Star Maui Jiu-Jitsu Invitational. Then we go back to Oahu, March, and that is the Hawaii Triple Crown. So the 2 events that's part of the tour, there's 10 events altogether, is the Hawaii All-Star, like this event, and the Hawaii Triple Crown events.
That was some really good jiu-jitsu action at the Raider Dome. 4 submissions, 2 draws, and the Kauai boys represented themselves really well. Big mahalo going out to Homlo Barros and Randy Ortiz. Now let's move on to who's your favorite NFL team? The Dallas Cowboys.
Niners. I've been a die-hard Oakland Raider fan for many years. We finally got a good year going, so thank God.
What's the story behind you liking the Raiders?
It started with my granduncle. I didn't really realize it, but it started with my granduncle. He lived in the Bay Area and he had season tickets, and with him being a Raider fan, my dad became a Raider fan, and my dad passed it on to me, and silver and black was all I bled after that.
Have you ever been to a Raider game?
Yes, I have actually. I've been to one of them finally. They played the Niners in the Bay Area.
Who won?
The Raiders won. Yeah, so we did good that night, but I really had a great time. I'm looking to go back again, possibly this year. But yeah, I'm a die-hard silver and black fan.
Who's your favorite NFL team?
Titans.
What's the story?
What's the what?
What's the story behind that?
Marcus Mariota.
Have you ever seen a Titans game?
No, only on TV.
My favorite football team is the Philadelphia Eagles.
And why? Is there anything that happened that caused you to become an Eagle?
I was born in New Jersey when my dad was playing for the Eagles. And I went to all the games when I was growing up, and it's been my favorite team ever since.
Awesome.
So.
Not the 49ers?
No.
Surely not the Steelers, right?
I mean, I like the player. The player that's why I got his on. The Steelers, I mean, I like them too, but the Eagles are my favorite team.
Okay, who's your favorite NFL team?
Dallas Cowboys.
America's team.
I understand the whole family, right? Well, what's the story behind that?
The story?
No, it's the Chicago Bears. It's not Dallas.
Oh, now we got a Bears fan in there.
Cowboys been killing Indians for centuries.
That's for all the Washington fans.
Cowboys. Go Cowboys.
Is there a story behind that?
A lot of the family members like it too, but I follow a little bit, but I'm always working, so I don't really have time to do it, but they're good.
Here's might be the tough question. Who's your favorite all-time Cowboy?
Like I said, I don't watch it too much, but yeah, I just watch, and my family loves it, so I love it too.
Well, who's your favorite NFL team?
Let's see, now back again, Los Angeles Rams. Been my team since 1952 when I first went to my first pro football game in the LA Coliseum. They're finally back. I could not be more happy. I wish they were doing better, but I'm still stoked.
Did you get a chance to see them while they were in St. Louis?
I did not. I've been living here for 48 plus years, and it's pretty hard to get back to the mainland and schedule watching them. But even though they were in St. Louis for so long, go Rams.
I'm Brian Medeiros, and you can catch us on the Countdown.
Oh, that was ugly, Todd. Overflew the green. Well, my favorite NFL team, no doubt, is the Dallas Cowboys. Todd, he's got the 49ers. Okay, when we see you, we'll get you on camera. You let us know who's your favorite NFL team. We'll put that on a future episode of The Countdown. Right now, the dirtiest, most radical part of the show, the Kauai Motocross Association's first races of the season. Remember, you jump for show, and you turn for dough.
Yes, I know it's still 2016, but it's the first races of the upcoming year for the Kauai Motocross Association under new president Devin Parado. And from the first drop of the gate to the final checkered flag, it was an action-packed afternoon. Because of the rain, track conditions weren't the most ideal, but it was still good enough to have some fun as families came out, brought some grinds and their tents, and enjoyed the afternoon. As the keiki, dads, uncles, and yes, even Nawahine got a little dirty in the Wailua mud. So right now, let's take a look at the winners from the opening races of the 2016-2017 motocross season.
For the first motocross races of the season, we had some rain the night before. We also had some rain this morning, making for some muddy conditions here at the Wailua motocross track. But isn't that how it's supposed to be?
Yeah, that's what I say. But, you know, some people it's a safety concern or, you know, especially cleaning the bike is not very fun when it's really muddy. But mainly the safety. That's our top priority is the safety. If the track's not safe, we're not going to let people ride.
As the new president of KMXA, what are your goals for the motocross riding community here on Kauai?
My main goal is actually getting more community support. So people on the island support this sport, come check it out. A lot of people don't even know we ride here on Kauai. And also too want to get new riders to come around. You know, it's a non-profit, but non-profits still have to make money, right? And that's how we make money is memberships, holding races. And on practice days too, we have a small fee for people to ride. So that's our goal is to get more memberships and then get more community support.
I look out here and kind of like drag racing is, Everybody's got a team, and it's all a family event, huh?
Oh yeah, it's a big family event. You have little kids like riding from like 3-4 years old all the way up to 40s, 50 years old. You know, we have a master's class, which is about 45 and up. So they have to be at least 45 years old to be in that class. So it goes from little kids all the way up to older guys.
When I come here, watch practice. The coolest thing is Santa brought his bike out and took a few laps, huh?
Oh yeah, that's, you know, I decided to do that because it's for the kids. You know, it's about having fun. You know, this sport is serious, it is dangerous, but it's about having fun. That's the main reason why anybody is here, is to have fun.
We'll have more motocross action for you on future episodes of The Countdown. I want to say a big mahalo to Devin Parado, new president of KMXA. Now, before we pauhana, I want to throw a shout out to Glenn Tamagawa and the staff here at the Puakea Golf Course for letting us do our thing. Remember, you can catch us Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 7 p.m., Channel 54, that's Ho'ike. Yeah, I'm Manahola Joe Pahukula.
Coach Todd.
Catch us on The Countdown.
That's right, baby.